This conference will now be recorded.
So yesterday we have seen that Webmin installation, and which is kind of web interface for system administration for Linux. So similarly, along with Webmin, yesterday we have seen Webmin as a standalone. Now what we are going to see as a Webmin along with LAMP stack. LAMP stack means Linux. A stands for Apache. M stands for MySQL. P stands for either PHP or Perl or Python, anything. So LAMP stack helps virtual min to support more and lot more rich features. So our motive here is to get a mail server running locally. I'm not saying that you are going to send a mail from your mail server to google.com or to your own personal gmail.com. You might be able to do, but not at this point of time. You require some more additional setting for that. So I'm going to tell you, like, if you are asked to create a local mail server, then how you can create. So I'll follow the simple steps. And I don't have any set of documents for that as of now. For setting up the LAMP, I can share the document, but I'm not going to follow all of the things from this document actually. So you need to follow whatever I'm going to do here. And on the top of that, I will say one more thing, that we are going to use internally, like, all the same mailing configuration which everybody uses. Like for database, we might use PostgreSQL or MariaDB SQL, and we'll use SMTP, we'll use IMAP, and we'll set up, it's automatically get set up the postfix as well. And furthermore, we will or I can say that it will be automatically done, all the settings. And on the top of that, we will have, I mean, that's the basic setup of a mail, and which you will be able to access through command line. But if you want, that command line, everybody will not be able to access. All the client people will not be able to access to the command line. So for them, you are required to give them a GUI interface through which they can log in and they can send the mail, they can receive the mail, they can read whatever they wanted to do, at least the basic functionality. So for that, we are going to use Roundcube, a web GUI. So okay, I'm sending you another document link, but that's, again, I'm not going to follow one by one. It's just for the purpose of understanding that how mail server and the different components works, and how you can send the mail through your command line itself. So let me start from starting. Some of the things I can give a background about the mail server. Yeah, sorry about the delay. So some of the terms I can say that which is more important in your automatically setting up of your mail server. One is postfix, one is dovecode, and third one is Roundcube. But yes, there are several other features which is going to be get installed. You'll see that. Postfix, I can say that it's been used by it's a mail server itself, which is responsible for your SMTP protocol and which use your 25 port for transferring the mail. So you need to make sure that this 25 port is open for from your virtual machine or from your system wherever you are hosting your mail server. So what happens is like I'm hosting currently in my virtual machine, and where there is no restriction at all the ports are it's up to me which I wanted to open, which I wanted to close. So there's no restrictions at all. But suppose if you're going to host this on any cloud machine or any cloud system, either you can say you are going to use DigitalOcean, or if you are going to use any GCP, Google Cloud Platform, or if you're going to use Azure, or maybe Amazon Web Services, Amazon Cloud, all those things will have port 25 blocked. So you need to explicitly mail them for opening the port 25. Reason behind is anybody can create a mail server and anybody start sending mail from there. But there are set of rules which you are required to follow. I mean, there are a set of rules which you are required to follow for sending the mails. I mean, you should not abuse the policy. I mean, let's say somebody is sending a 10,000 mail, so it's like you're spamming other people's mail. So that is not advisable. You are sending the mail without subscription itself. Like nobody has subscribed you, but you are still sending the mail. That's not advisable. So all these things you are not supposed to do. So for restricting all these things, they have restricted the port 25 itself, and upon your request, they will enable. I'm saying about the cloud infrastructure. And here in local, whatever I'm going to say, you will have everything open. Yeah, so postfix is responsible for SMTP server, And Docker is responsible for POP or IMAP, like which sends your mail. POP3 or IMAP, I can say that, like which sends and receives the mail to the outer world and or to other mail other clients. And Roundcube is a kind of GUI which helps you to give a better visualization in a web browser. And I can say that SMTP uses 25 port. So ultimately, mail is going to send from 25 port. And for receiving the mail, if you are going to use POP or IMAP, you need to open your port 110 or 143 because POP3 uses 110 and IMAP uses 143 port. SMTP, if you are using encrypted, then it may use 465 depending upon the configuration. But we use simple SMTP. Okay, let's start. My screen is visible to everybody. It's visible or not visible?
Visible, sir.
Yeah, thank you. So this is a new OS, which new CentOS, which I've installed yesterday actually. Even I did not run yum update even single time. So I'm going to follow the first link whichever I've sent you just for getting the link, the wget, that first command. That's all. And I'm not going to follow anything from the first link, not from second link as well. So let me see the IP. It doesn't have any IP. .135. Okay, let me log in this through PuTTY. No issues. And let me share this PuTTY screen. Yeah, this looks good. Okay. So I have copied this link only, nothing much. Which is going to download the install script and which is which is going to set up the lamps server here, a lamp stack, and along with that it will set up the mail server as well. And then we'll see how we are going to do further. So let me download. It says wget not found since It is the first time I'm turning on the system. So I have, since it's downloading and it's going to take maybe some minutes, few minutes. So I have one question to everybody that how many people have tried the yesterday's script proxy thing? Anybody tried? If no answer, I can consider that nobody has tried yet. Okay. Bhaskar Reddy, you tried. How far it went? Why nobody seems to be talking, man? I have been talking in all the classes. You can also talk for some time. You may not get a chance, maybe after this.
I wasn't there for the class yesterday, sir, so I did not come.
Yeah, I noticed that you used to join before the class itself, but yesterday also you were not. Yesterday you were not there. Yeah.
I
No
got to
problem.
check
I'll
the videos when then I'm gonna try.
yeah. I'll upload the video.
Yes.
I'm not sure whether if it's even uploaded or not. I have not done. Maybe I don't know if other people has done it or not.
And
I'll check if
the
it's done.
Docker, the other part of the Docker video was supposed to be uploaded. I don't think it's uploaded.
Docker video is also not updated. Is it so?
The second part, the start of it has been uploaded, but the rest, the completion, actual completion of the Docker, I don't think so.
Oh, that's not a good thing. I'll check if it's still there. I will upload. If it's not there, then probably I need to take another session. So if you people need, tomorrow we can get to know whether it's uploaded or not. If it's still not uploaded, you can let me know if you guys need another session of the Docker once again.
Okay, sir. Probably it's required, I think so.
What is the last part? Sorry, I didn't get again.
Docker part, the extra session might be required.
Okay, fine. Then tomorrow we can cover that. Let's see. Then I might need to take one more session. Tomorrow it's Saturday. Let's see if I am able to set up the cluster in my laptop. If I'm able to set up, then probably I can take the Kubernetes as well tomorrow. Okay, we'll see. So it's installed wget. I'm going to paste the command to download the script. It's downloaded. Now if I run this script, it will say permission denied. So I need to make this executable because any file comes from outer world, it is not executable. So you are required to add the executable permission here. Dot slash is actually current folder. Dot slash, it means I'm referring to the one folder back of my current. So let's see if I ls, here I have one configuration file and another install.sh file. I'll put dot slash, and if I press 3-time tab, it's going to show me the files in the current directory. So these are all the files in the current directory. Suppose if I'm going to do dot slash, it's going to show me the one directory back. So somebody says dot slash or dot slash, please understand what is happening. So let me run this install.sh. This is very simple, and it's going to install the virtual min. It will fail. I know where it will fail and why it will fail. So I need to modify the script in a way that it can proceed further. So let it fail. Yeah. So it's saying that I cannot communicate with software.virtualmin.com without the certificate. I need to have the certificate. Either I need to have certificate created in my local system, or I can add this argument wherever I'm trying to fetch anything from the virtualmin.com server. So for resolving this error, you can do two things. One, either you can update your Windows 7 to CentOS 7 to CentOS 8, or you can add this no check certificate in wherever they are calling the virtualmin.com. So I'm not going to update. Wherever they are going to call virtualmin, this is a place, it's commented. This is a place where they are calling. So I'm going to add here. And next place is this one. No, this is the one. I'm going to go at the end, and I have copied this. These are the two places they are using. Okay, for searching anything in a text file, what I do use is command for that is slash, and then I can search. I can write the text virtual virtualmin.com, and then I can press enter. Wherever it will find out, it will show me the text. And for jumping on the next text, next search, I need to press N. So it will jump to next text. This is how I do search. So I will exit. And now once again, I will run this install.sh script. So the selected package bundle is LAMP, and the size for installation full, it is required up to 650 MB of disk space. I'll say yes, go ahead. And the supporting Linux operating systems are CentOS or rhel 7 and 8. Debian also, but this is the Debian version. It's supported, and for Ubuntu 16.04, 18.04, 20.04. So I'm going to install with Y. It is going to ask me the host name. So host name, I need to give this system CentOS dot, let's say webmail.com. It has downloaded the virtualmin package with no check certificate, and it's installed it. Now you can see that it's installing the packages, dependencies, which are all required to install further things. So it's installing utils and further things it will automatically install. It's downloading and it's installing. It's written everything in this install underscore, sorry, install.script. So it takes a couple of minutes depending upon the internet speed. And after this, this is going to set up all the things for us and going to give a web address, and that web address actually is the IP of this server along with the port on which Webmin listens. So what we have seen yesterday is Webmin is going to listen on 10,000 port. But yesterday what we have seen is Webmin is simple Webmin, standalone Webmin. It doesn't have any LAMP stack on it. Now we'll have LAMP stack. We will see several other features added on the same Webmin page. Speed doesn't seem to be good. And why I'm not able to send any document for this is because I was not able to find out anywhere all the things written in a single web page. Some things are at some other web page, some things are at some other web page. So if I paste multiple web pages, you will get confused. So that's the reason. Please wait then until it's get installed. Meanwhile, if anybody has any doubt, can speak up.
Right. Sir,
Just go ahead.
for doing the mail server, we need fresh VMware. So sorry, virtual machine. Hello. Yeah, oh, sir, I'm audible.
Yes, you were audible. Sorry, I was on mute. So yes,
Yeah.
you can actually it's advisable to use a new server, but still you can use that. Why you are asked to use a new server is whatever the setup this install script is going to do, which might have already set it up by you or somebody else in the same system. So accidentally you should not touch, or you don't touch the script which install.sh is going to touch.
Okay.
Until and unless you know what you're doing.
Okay.
That's the main purpose. Yeah.
So what I'm going to ask is, in organization level for mail server, they create the Docker instead of creating the new VM virtual machine. I'm right, sir?
Mm, mm, Generally, I won't say yes, because
Okay.
Docker is going to take. We use Docker to run a binary or an application, but mail server is going to take lots of space depending on usage.
Correct.
Hmm.
Well,
So, having said that, probably people may not prefer to have their mail server on Dockers.
So, but we can we can host through Docker also, sir. It is possible,
Yes, you can. Again,
but it's not.
HTTPD. You need
Yeah,
to
sir, but
learn
it's not.
how to start. What?
But for but Docker is not advisable, right, sir?
Yes, I can say it's not advisable. And one more
Okay.
thing,
Hmm.
if you are trying to set up, you need to look at how to turn on the systemd or HTTPD or several other services in the Docker.
Yeah.
Okay, because Docker, it's not a standalone machine; it's a container only.
Sir, one more doubt. It's
Mm.
general doubt.
Mm.
For L2 professional, for L2 system admin, need to know all DevOps tools.
No,
Okay, sir.
but it's good to know.
Yeah. Okay.
You never know when another person is going to ask what doubt, and when you are end up doing something which you have not done. So it's better to know.
Okay.
L2 support, it's different. DevOps support, it's different. Yeah, both are admin profile only, but yes, both have different work. And being a DevOps, it's good to have admin knowledge.
Okay.
So when I say DevOps, you might need to work maximum time in the cloud. When I say like Linux admin, you are not, or L2 support, you're not going to work all the time in the cloud, but yes, you might need to work in resolving the issues on the server, maybe on cloud, maybe on your local. That's what the thing is.
Okay.
Yeah, it's taking lots of time. Yes, I got a question from Bhaskar Reddy. Yesterday, I'm trying to share the internet from server to a client. I'm not able to do that, sir. So for that, you require to change some settings in the configuration file and as well in the client, Ethernet configuration also. Two things you are supposed to do. In
Sir, I
client's
want to give
Ethernet,
one.
yeah, tell me.
So I want to give one more update from my side, sir. Yesterday we said
Hmm.
in HTTPD container or in a FTP container, maybe systemd is not required. But I tried, sir, with the port number. But for the HTTP container and FTP container also need system D domain, sir. It's showing the D bus
Not found.
like yeah, sir.
So there are several other ways. I'm not saying that only system D is required all the time. There are 2-3 ways which if you escape the system D, FTPD might work. So you can write down your init, you can write down your own init script. That's another way. So similarly, there are other ways also, like turning on the system D is another way. So similarly, there are another ways to let your FTPD run or your HTTPD run. So I'm not sure that that container has followed what way.
Okay.
You got my point? Yeah.
Yes, I got my.
So Bhaskar, you are required to change the config file of your DHCP server. Your DHCP server is pointing, sorry, not your DHCP. Your client is pointing to a DHCP server which is sitting outside of your network. But you need to, if you want internet to fetch from your server, then you are required to change the IP and default gateway which points to your server.
Hello, sir.
Yes, Bhaskar, tell me.
Yeah, one more thing, sir. After installation of the Squid software, I'm entering into an configuration files vm slash etc slash squid/squid.config. In that directly, the one more thing we have to deny. We have to deny the YouTube means we can enter the deny the YouTube means automatically it will be denied, sir. After getting the systemctl reload, sir.
Okay.
But
You're
yesterday
asking
you are,
question or you are telling me this?
I'm telling this also, sir, and after I am confused why you are doing going through the internet and doing all that. That's why I'm getting some doubt about that. So I'm asking with you.
Mhm. Okay. Yesterday I have mentioned this part as well. Whenever I will upload the video, you will be able to see that. I have mentioned that whatever I'm doing through GUI, you can do all the things through your config file, direct changes as well. For squid.conf, there is a file. For squid, there is a config file called squid.conf. In that, you can manually do the changes and make it up.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
I never said that you cannot do that. Yeah, but there is another way also using GUI you can do,
Yes, sir. Okay, sir.
because most of the time you may end up at a platform which is more user friendly to all the admins. So you should know that as well.
Okay, sir.
And if you know how to do that changes in config file, you feel free to do and do your work in that way. Now it's taking good internet. Let's hope it's going to do quickly now. Sorry guys, this is taking way long time, but I can't cancel also since it's in between and I don't have any better ways. So only solution is have to wait until it finishes. Let me mark the attendance, and I'll do on my own. I'll look at the names and then probably I'll mark the attendance. And for that duration, screen will be paused. If its installation is getting finished in between, I'll come back again and I'll mark the attendance later. We hit with an error. Let me edit the script itself so that I can see the progress. Maybe user being point group install. White group install. I don't want white. So we can see that here it's setting up all on its own. Apache installing, bind installing. Bind is required for DNS. ClamAway, it's an antivirus which is installing. Dhcp, it's for POP and IMAP. It's installing. Firewall D, everybody knows what it is for. So it's configuring that. MySQL database server. Then after that, MariaDB also. NTP also everybody knows. ProFTPD it's setting up, but anyways we don't require that one. So after this, we have this URL, and this is the URL of this particular server. I'm going to paste this URL in web browser, and let me share the web browser itself. So again, we can see the same portal what we have seen yesterday. I'm going to log in with my root username and password. I have logged in. Since this is the first time we are logging into the virtual main server, it asks for post installation setup. We'll click on next. Preload virtual main libraries. What is the default? It's asking we need to say yes and all. Antivirus I don't want to enable right now, but yes, for your you might need to enable for your future use. Why I'm disabling it here? Because I don't have that much of space and bandwidth to run. Here PostgreSQL I don't need. I need MariaDB. It's another DB server. This is a password. If you want, you can copy and paste this somewhere so that whenever you are required to log in, you can use that password to log in again. In case if you need to edit anything from the command line. This is huge system 2 GB. I'll go with the recommended one. I will not change. Name server. This is going to check this name server is available in the DNS 8.8.8.8 or not, or any other DNS it's available or not. So I know that it's locally set it up this DNS server, so definitely it's not going to be available. So I'll skip this check. I don't want this is to be resolved. And done. We need to refresh and recheck all the configuration here. Whatever the changes configuration we have done need to be get applied at this point of time. If it's done, yeah, it's reloaded virtual main. Webmin got reloaded. We'll go back, and after that we are required to create a virtual server. Yeah, domain name centos.webmin.com. Root password, it's up to you. And make sure you have this MariaDB selected here. Apache SSL website, I don't want to do right now. I wanted to run without HTTPS itself. I mean, without any valid certificate right now. Create server. I have given to webmin.com. Okay, let's see. We are into that virtual server. Now I'll go to install a script and enable the Roundcube. And I will install it. So far, web server is set it up, and this is the web client GUI we are expecting to be set it up after this. Let's see if it successfully goes or what we need to do after this. You can see that 1.23 GB is used of my virtual machine. Disk space is 14%, only 2.51. So disk space should be enough for you also. But if you're going to give a try on your virtual machine, please make sure that you have memory of at least 2 GB. I mean, RAM of at least 2 GB allocated to your virtual machine. And this is another web GUI server administration. I don't want to do where you can manage your server using GUI. And there are several. This is again a powerful tool through which you can do so many things. It's installing the PHP packages one by one. That's what I'm able to see here. You can see that it was installing PHP 72-PHP-intl. Previous to that, it was installing something else. So internally, it's installing the PHP. Previously, it was installing PHP 5-intl. PHP 72-PHP-intl. Okay, last time also it's the same thing. We can see it's done. It gave me this web ID through which I can log in. But actually, I will not be able to log in with this because I don't have the centos.webmin.com server to be get resolved. So what I do is I can take this IP and then slash Roundcube. You can see that it was not opening for HTTPS because I did not enable the SSL, and it's opening for HTTP. Now it's asked for username and password. This is a mail server. Now we are required to create a username and password. Okay, let's be here itself. In this tab itself, we can go to edit users, add user, user 1, user 1. I have created the password also. There are several other things you can set up: home directory and the quota settings, mail forwarding settings, permissions, which are all things you need to have. So let's create for now. So the user email will be user1@centos.webmin.com. Let's add another user, user 2. Let's create this as well. So I can see that 2 user got created. Now let me log in using these users, user1 @centos.webmin.com. Password was user1, and I have a webmail here. You can see that there's a new email. I wanted to send an email, so let's compose it. Email ID user2 dot @centos.webmin.com. Testing mail. This is testing email on new ID. Regards XYZ. So I'm sending to user 2. I have sent it. It's in the sent box. It went. Now let me log out from here. Let me log in user2@webmail, sorry, centos.webmin.com user2. You can see that here we have got a mail from user1, and that was the content. If you want to send back, you can do that again. Let's compose. Don't compose, it will reply itself. Hi user1, I got your reply. User2. So I can send from here. I'm going to log out user1@centos.webmin.com. We can see that we have got a new mail from user2, and that is what we have pasted the reply. So we are able to send and receive the email locally. But if you try to send to other outside this local, you might need to do several other settings as well, which we are not going to see in this session. So this is it for the webmail. Let me stop the recording.